Look who's back. Just when you thought old Antonio Brown was done playing football, the drama queen has returned. Brown told reporters he'd be suiting up for the Albany Empire of the National Arena League, the team he co-owns. Antonio Brown was drafted in the 6th round by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and after a slow rookie season, Brown's career took off in year 2, where he made the Pro Bowl as a returner while putting up 1,100 yards receiving, a sign of big things to come for the young player. From 2013 to 18, Brown dominated the league, showing that he was one of, if not the best receivers over that stretch, earning 6 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros, and 1 second-team All-Pro. He also led the league in receiving yards twice, receptions twice, and had a league-leading 15 touchdowns in 2018. Brown, alongside Roethlisberger and Le'Veon Bell, was one of the most exciting trios in NFL history. However, in his later seasons with Pittsburgh, Brown began to change. He was more outspoken, getting into arguments with teammates. Just a general change in personality, which some attribute to 2 big hits he took to the head, which we know is not great for your brain. He would later request a trade from the Steelers, going to the Raiders. That was a disaster. He would then post a picture of his frostbitten feet from a cryotherapy mishap. He filed a grievance about not wanting to change his helmet, which he was using an older, outdated, unsafe model, and eventually he'd be released from the Raiders. One day after that release, he would sign with Tom Brady and the Patriots. He played 1 game before being released for sexual and personal misconduct, declaring that he was retiring from the NFL. Fast forward to 2020, he again joined Tom Brady, this time with Tampa Bay, and he even contributed to the Super Bowl run, even catching a touchdown in the first half of the Super Bowl. 21 was a rocky year again for Brown and the Bucks. This time he missed time for COVID and a suspension related to COVID. The season came to an end for Brown after a verbal altercation on the sidelines, where he kind of just pieced mid-game, taking all his gear off and leaving the field shirtless, pumping up the crowd and waving to fans. And this is actually exactly what I remember from watching arena football as a kid, so I guess he'll fit right in. Anyway, since that incident, there's been little to no positive news about Brown in the media. His talent has been completely derailed by his off and on-field shenanigans, which may have a link to that head injury I talked about. Or it could be possible that Mike Tomlin in particular was just great at containing what was always a bit wacky within him. Anyway, his ownership of the Albany Arena football team has also had some controversy. I'll cover that in another video if you guys are interested. Arena football as a whole can actually be incredibly entertaining. Players play both positions. There was a rebound net for missed kicks, which they're adding back to the league, which is just insane. Obviously, Kurt Warner played in the old AFL, which is kind of funny. They play in like a hockey rink, and one other thing I remember from back in the day is that sometimes players would get a touchdown and they would just run into the stands or run around the concourse. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this and more down below.